Right, I thought in this video I am going to spell out one fact and one fact only to all of you in the hope that many will finally get it, because this is, from my opinion, and I am not saying that I'm right, I'm just saying it is my opinion, that this is a key factor in how we are going to move forward through the very severe situation the world and humanity is facing. And this is all to do with awareness. Now, it's very clear to me from my newsletters to my subscribers, and I certainly am not claiming that I have the biggest subscription list in the world, but a lot of my subscribers, many of whom have been with me for a very long time and have worked with me both one-on-one as well as in my regular group coachings, and some have done my program. So I would say that my a large proportion, relatively large proportion of my followers are very aware people, and I would say that is probably about 40%, which is a high number. And then, there are the others in between who are learning and waking up, and everybody has got their place in this, and all that is in order. However, in order for the world to make a massive shift, and when I say a massive shift, that is the shift out of the present matrix, out of the present frequency band in which still over 97% of people are operating on. So making a shift away from this frequency band into a new frequency. This is really what we are talking about, which has also been termed in more esoteric terms, the fifth dimension. But let's keep it really simple here, because really all we are talking about is that we uncouple from that old matrix thinking, which is a very, very narrow frequency band, and move into a higher frequency band. And in this video, I am not going into what it means to move into that higher frequency band and what awaits you there. We are just focusing on the frequency itself. Where you are locked in at the moment is, first of all, you are locked into a comatose state. We could also call it you are being completely hypnotized. I could also say you are completely brainwashed. Doesn't really make any difference, because it all pertains to the same thing, and this thing is that you are no longer functioning in a coherent manner, doing your own thinking. You are functioning as a hybrid individual that has been at best, and I repeat, at best, split into two, where two parts are fighting with each other, and none of the two sides are really communicating terribly well with each other. It's a constant struggle, which leads to massive brain incoherence. Now, brain incoherence feels painful. It stops you from operating. It certainly stops you from thinking, because, as I said, everything cancels each other out. The vast majority of people are presently walking around like this. So ultimately, this may be a good thing, because this externally induced trauma is very, very uncomfortable, and something, if we survive this, and let's assume we will break. Now, in order for this to break, we'll have to get out of the spell, and that means, from my perspective, only one thing to begin with, just to begin with. And that one thing is that no matter where you are standing, no matter, irrespective of your medical status, irrespective of your job, frankly, I don't care whether you call yourself a trader, a broker, a lawyer, a mother, father, whatever. I really couldn't care less, because this is no longer about this anymore. This is just about humanity's consciousness and navigating this consciousness in a more efficient way. And that means that you have to wake up to the fact that we are, some call it the Third World War. I wouldn't call this the Third World War, because the Second World War never ended. But what you absolutely must get is that we are at war. And okay, you don't want to hear it. You employ all sorts of mechanisms to stop yourself from seeing that we are in the middle of the most brutal war humanity has ever seen. Let me repeat this. We are in the midst of the most brutal war humanity has ever seen. You are not aware of it. You are being manipulated mentally so much that you cannot see. I could also say, your mind has been blank slated. But here is the thing. We know from certain aspects, I can't say too much here, that blank slating can get undone when certain triggers occur. So it is my hope that maybe this video will trigger a few of you, and maybe you think I'm talking a load of rubbish, and that's fine. I mean, you don't have to follow me. It's as simple as that. So I am still saying it, unless you wake up to the fact that we are in a war, and that war is against you, it's against me, it's against the next person, irrespective of status. So in other words, anybody who is, well, human, or still human enough, they are the ones who are the target. So that is still a large, very, very, very large a number of the general populace here on Earth. So I see when enough people are getting it, and I put the number at approximately 70%. And I'm not saying that you need to fully understand the ins and outs. There are many, many very, very unpalatable facets to it, and some stuff you may not want to or be able to fully comprehend. Maybe you don't even have to, but you have to understand that we are in a war and that you are the target. Yeah, it really doesn't get any simpler than that. And once you get this insight has got consequences. And these consequences, you don't have to work on them. They will come to you automatically, because you are then going to go through a shift in your perception. You are going to go through a shift in your awareness, how you perceive what is going on around you, and maybe you wake up from your comatose state and get off your bum and start realizing that you have to act. This is not a call to say go and fight. That's nonsense. You don't have to fight. You have to stand up for yourself. And that standing up means thinking very, very carefully about who you are not, or shall I say, who you are no longer, because your integrity has been and is being in every moment of your life compromised and interfered with. And then you have to think or intend on whether or not you want it back. And if you don't want it back, well, fine, goodbye, off, then certainly this channel won't be for you, where you probably wouldn't be listening anymore anyway. So, but if you are aware that there is something that's seriously amiss, if you're realizing that you are the target, it's not personal, it's only all about frequency. It's not about me, Mercedes, Joe blogs next door, and Joe bloggins to the other side, whatever. No, it is not at all personal. It's just frequency. So, and when you get this and understand the harsh reality, we are in a war globally where everybody is targeted. Once you accept this without even having deeper knowledge, your perception will change. And only once you can do this do you have the chance. In fact, you will have, in the moment of that awareness, you will have taken the first step out of the box, out of that very narrow and very, very uncomfortable, and let's face it, dangerous to the humanity frequency band. So, and now you will, it is my sincere hope, you will begin to understand that actually there is a lot of merit in doing clearing work and learning how to navigate the world in a very, very different way, which is basically what I teach. And hey, who knows? I mean, maybe if you're still listening to this and you are serious about all this, you might even consider to sign up to my newsletter. But don't bother if you are sort of sitting on the fence, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, doesn't really get you anywhere, and it is possibly wasting your time, or certainly be in an indirect way wasting my time, because I am looking to work with people who at least grasp this and are then seeing, okay, we have to do a little bit more to really claim back what is our essence and stand in that strength and seek out strategies and techniques to strengthen that and make it stronger, no matter about what is going on around us. And that is what will set you free, nothing else. There is no compromise. There is no whitewashing this anymore. We've tried that any which way for years and years and years. You're yours truly too, saying, all the so-called right things. We don't want to offend anybody. No, we are past this. It's over, guys. The show is up. So I could say something else, but I don't know if YouTube would allow me to say it, so I keep my mouth shut. Okay, enough said. Hope you got it. If it speaks to you, and again, only if it speaks to you, and maybe suddenly some sort of light bulb has gone up, sign up to my newsletter. Link is in the box below. And well, obviously, if you like it, like the video, like it, and share it. Thank you.